Climate change, growing population, over-tourism, erosion. The threats are real, and if things continue as they are, many of the world's most beloved destinations could disappear in the near future. You may have to scrape off these places from your bucket list even though you haven't visited them yet. Well, they will cease to exist real soon. Still want to wait for the right moment to plan a trip? Well, don't. Pack up and check out all these gorgeous places to visit before they disappear. Forever. Number 10. Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa. Whether by human pollution or the Earth's natural cycle, global warming is real, and it's been happening longer than we thought. Scientific studies have determined that the snow and ice capping Africa's highest mountain have been receding by 1% a year since 1912, and that ice stopped accumulating in 2000. Melting ice exposes the mount's dark-colored soil, which absorbs more heat, causing glaciers to melt faster, and you get the picture. Kilimanjaro, mountaintop, ice fields have been an ultimate destination for climbers throughout the years. But, at the current rate of decline, no glaciers are expected to survive in 15 years. Number 9. The Great Wall of China. The one thing most people know about the Great Wall of China, that it is one of the only man-made structures visible from space, is not actually true. Since the wall looks a lot like the stone and soil that surround it, it is difficult to discern with the human eye even from low Earth orbit, and is difficult to make out in most orbital photos. However, this does not detract from the wonder of this astounding ancient structure. For millennia, Chinese leaders instituted wall-building projects to protect the land from northern, nomadic invaders. One surviving section of such an ancient wall, in the Shandong province, is made of hard-packed soil called rammed earth, and is estimated to be 2,500 years old. For centuries during the Warring States period, before China was unified into one nation, such walls defended the borders. Number 8. Alaskan glaciers. Again, global warming is putting a damper on your travel plans, because these glaciers are shrinking even faster than Venice is sinking. The Alaskan glaciers are melting at the fastest pace in 400 years, so the clock is ticking on seeing these frosty mammoths. And trust us, the white-tipped peaks jutting above the evergreen horizon of the Alaskan wilderness is a sight you won't want to miss. Scientists say that Alaska has about 100,000 glaciers. Only about 650 of them have been named. The longest tidewater glacier is the 76-mile-long Hubbard Glacier. The distance between Anchorage and Girdwood is only 37 miles, so think about a glacier that is twice the distance between Anchorage and Girdwood. Number 7. The Great Sphinx and Pyramids of Giza. One of the oldest man-made wonders of the world, the Great Sphinx and Pyramids of Giza are at risk of disappearing, but it's not for the reason you might think. While there have long been concerns about erosion due to natural factors, it's an excessive amount of sewage that might be the literal downfall of these larger-than-life landmarks. The flow of sewage is eroding the plates underneath the mammoth structures, and there is growing concern that they might soon collapse due to this weakened foundation. These are a bucket list favorite for good reason, so let's make sure they stay above ground. Number 6. Everglades National Park. Traveling in Florida isn't complete without stopping at Everglades National Park, a swampland just outside Miami, where visitors can see alligators. Everglades National Park is only a 1-hour drive from the hustle and bustle of Miami, but a world away. The park encompasses 1.5 million acres of tropical and subtropical habitat with one of the world's most diverse ecosystems. For this very reason, Congress established the Everglades as a national park in 1934. The park has since been designated as an International Biosphere Reserve, a wetland of international importance, and a World Heritage Site. At least 1 million people from all over the world visit the Everglades each year. There are 3 main entry points: the Gulf Coast Visitor Center, which is closest to Naples and south of Everglades City, the Shark Valley area that can be accessed by US 41, also known as the Tamiami Trail, and the Ernest F. Co-Visitor Center, the park's main headquarters. Number 5. Venice, Italy. Venice, Italian Venezia city major seaport, and capital of both the provincial of Venezia and the region of Veneto, northern Italy. An island city, it was once the center of a maritime republic. Venice is unique environmentally, architecturally, and historically, and in its days as a republic, the city was styled La Serenissima, the most serene or sublime. It remains a major Italian port in the northern Adriatic Sea and is one of the world's oldest tourist and cultural centers. Since the fall of the Venetian Republic in 1797, the city has held an unrivaled place in the Western imagination and has been endlessly described in prose and verse. The luminous spectacle of ornate marbled and frescoed palaces, bell towers, and domes reflected in the sparkling waters of the lagoon under a blue Adriatic sky has been painted, photographed, and filmed to such an extent that it is difficult to distinguish the real city from its romantic representations. The visitor arriving in Venice is still transported into another world, one whose atmosphere and beauty remain incomparable. Number 4. Maldives. It doesn't get much more utopian than this 26-atoll tropical paradise in the middle of Nowheresville, Indian Ocean, with its sugar-white beaches, vast coral reefs, and turquoise waters that stretch endlessly into the horizon. But beauty can't mask the threat facing its idyllic islands, 80% of which sit no more than 3.3 feet above sea level. Steadily rising ocean levels are poised to submerge the lowest nation on Earth within 100 years. How serious is it? So much so that efforts are already in place to relocate citizens displaced by rising tides. Number 3. Taj Mahal, India. Even increasing admission prices cannot dissuade the multitudes from making the pilgrimage to Agra and India's crown jewel, a feat of design that marries Hindu, Islamic, Asian, and Persian architecture and possesses an even greater backstory. Today, the mausoleum has become one of the most iconic structures ever built, and welcomes up to 4 million tourists a year, an unforgiving amount of people that experts fear, along with nearby vehicle traffic, contributes to steady erosion and air pollution every day. Not to mention the building's foundations are slowly sinking towards the Yamuna River. There are rumored plans to close the site to the public, reducing the palace, as England did with Stonehenge, as a place only experienced from afar. Number 2. Amazon Rainforest, Brazil. Being the largest tropical rainforest in the world, the Amazon rainforest covers an astounding 1.4 billion acres. This rainforest is so huge that almost half of it falls in Brazil, but the remaining is spread out over countries like Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Venezuela, and Suriname. Almost 20% of the world's bird species are found in the Amazon. You can imagine how huge it is. Believe it or not, this wonderful rainforest could entirely disappear off of the face of the earth in the next 50 years. Deforestation, global warming, mining have all contributed to eroding it away. Number 1. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. You must have heard of the largest coral reef in the world, the Great Barrier Reef. But did you know that it is a threatened place? The turquoise blue water of this reef is home to some 1,500 varieties of fish, including some of the most amazing in the world. It covers an area of 1,680 miles and is a spectacle to watch. Sadly, 50% of the reef has disappeared in the last 27 years due to global warming and coral bleaching. It is being estimated that the Great Barrier Reef would be irreversibly damaged by the year 2030. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe and press that like button. Also hit the bell icon, so you could never miss new updates from us. Stay safe, and we will meet you in the next one.